So the Sarsilmaz ST9 and other Turkish imports like it are valued because they tend to be high-value guns, right? They're usually military or police contract guns, made very similarly to famous German guns, but affordable to us at a much lower price. Some people, however, complain about problems with reliability. I argue otherwise. These are NATO-spec guns. That means they're built to 124 grain loads, which are a little bit hotter, a little bit heavier than your standard American 115 grain. Now, this gun isn't quite broken in yet, but with maybe 100 rounds through it, it still occasionally has issues with 115. So we're going to run some SIG 115 grain, good ammo. But it might not be 100% in this gun. Let's watch and see what happens. Starting with the SIG 115 grain. So since Erica has the softer hold, some of you accuse her of limp wristing. No, it's just she's got smaller hands. She's going to run this test starting with the SIG 115 grain.
Where's my damn... Fucking A. Fucking A.
Alright, we've got that one recovered. Let's see how the other 4 rounds do.
Right.
Now we'll try the Winchester 124 grain NATO load.
Like a champ.
And now to demonstrate that sometimes it can indeed be the hold or user hand size, I've got big banana hands wrapped up on this. The SIG 115 grain ammo, same ammo that gave Erica trouble. Let's see how it runs. So in our revisit, we're going to run starting with 158 grain and then move lighter all the way down the line. First up will be 3 shots of 158 grain PPU. See how it runs. Ran just fine. Next load are 3 rounds of Federal HST 147 grain, hollow point, ran just fine. Now Spears Gold Dot 124 grain hollow point, ran just fine. To mix things up a little bit, since this is an affordable gun, how about some inexpensive steel-cased Wolf ammo, 115 grain. No troubles. We're now starting to move into the possibly too light for this gun category. Hornady's Critical Defense Light 100 grain. It's also a very short round. We'll see how it feeds and cycles. Looks like we either had a failure to extract or a failure to feed. It was an ejection issue. Once again, not enough energy to cycle the gun. Continuing the gamble, we have some 92 grain ammo from Fiocchi. This is discontinued ammo, but very lightweight, 92 grain projectile. But still generating enough energy. Another lightweight round, 84 grain in Scepter R&P. Did not eject. Stovepipe, classic stovepipe, and I lost the third round. Fail. And the lightest that we have, the ARX, is only 65 grain. Not sure if this is going to work. So not enough energy to eject. Now for 5 shots from 7 yards, we'll be using Winchester's 124 grain NATO load because we know that will cycle reliably. Or at least most of the time. Yeah.
God damn it. Alright, so out with the Sarsilmaz ST9. This is obviously a much larger firearm for my hands, so I do have issues with it. It's a very accurate gun to shoot, very easy to shoot when it's running well. And other than not loving, okay, we know that I love the paddle release. This paddle release is just a little, it's a little too edgy. There's a sharpness to it. It's not quite long enough. Or comfortable enough for me, but overall, shooting wise, it's very easy to do when you got the right ammo, at least for me.
So in revisiting the ST9, we did discover that part of our problem was in fact one of the magazines, the lips just aren't very tight, and that is a risk, of course, when you have these pure plastic magazines. I still like the feel of the gun in the hand. I have a larger hand, so it fills nicely. It is a bit top heavy because there's a lot of slide up here, very much like the older H&Ks, but the controls otherwise are very easy to reach. Ergonomics are good, and aside from hitting a little low, shot fairly accurately for me.